Welcome to Blox News, bringing you the latest and greatest from Forgotten Falls. I'm Barrick Eric. We have some breaking news here to start out our news cycle here today. So I'm going to immediately pass it over to our political analyst and current vice president candidate, Tim Ram, to give you the scoop.
Thank you, Barrick. So, what has happened was a great tragedy over this last week. Former terrorist and current only member of the nation Inverness, Rio, was sued for the murder of Enderkiller 122. However, during this trial, things went south. As you can see in this footage here, there was violence that had broken out in the courtroom and had led to the death of one Ducky Soren. After this event, Rio was officially declared guilty in the case of murdering Enderkiller 122, and now Ducky Soren may also sue Rio or declare war on Rio due to their actions. What had also happened during this is Rio's lawyer, it's Jenny Chris, had elected to leave the World Assembly and go off into the far reaches of the world. His current whereabouts are unknown, and World Assembly authorities are looking for more information. President Harpo has attempted to ease the situation by continuing to promote friendly relations between Inverness and the new Wenderpogian Republic. Ducklantis was obviously not happy to hear about this news, as the old frenemy of the new Wenderpogian Republic showed displeasure that Harpo was spending time within their quoted words, a murderer. Harpo explained this away simply by saying that everyone deserves a second chance and that Rio had been given their sentence and that they will serve their time. Now, me personally, if I'm looking at this honestly, I don't know that we take someone who we fought a war against for being a terrorist and we let them get a free spot in our mall. But I'm not the president, I'm just a political analyst right now. So we are going to go ahead and move this back over to Barrick Eric, who has the next story. As a part of his re-election campaign, President Harpo has been investing time, money, and deals into the mall. As we can see here, we have many new stores, from books to wool to heads to wood to bones and honey and trims and iron and redstone, all popping up in the mall over the course of the last couple weeks. These shops are owned by different players, different countries, and I mean, as you heard earlier with Tim Ram talking about it, he's even offering them to former insurgents. Now we're excited to see that the mall is opening up, and personally I like that I don't have to travel as far to go shopping, so I say let the business keep flowing. Now for those of you who don't live near Wenderpog, I do have some bad news that you might have to be traveling a little bit further to be able to be getting some business done. The Spawn shopping district is all but abandoned at this point. The only two stores remaining is a rocket shop owned by President Harpo and Shelling Out, which is currently owned by Sour Sauce. Now, what we know about Shelling Out, it has never, ever made a sale. So really, there's only one store left in the Spawn shopping district. A very sad day for this. However, our team of analysts looked at JO3's current platform for his election campaign to become president of the new Wenderpogian Republic and saw that he had a big focus on bringing business back to Wenderpog. So it is theorized that he had pulled out of the shopping district simply to force people to travel to Wenderpog. Not a popular move on the international stage, especially for those living out all the way in Vonin D, who still fly all the way to Spawn to be able to get their rockets. Now luckily for non-Wenderpogian citizens trying to fly into the nation, there is currently an airport under construction on top of the Undercroft Mall. This is a continued effort from the Wenderpogian government to continue the industrialization of the new Wenderpog Republic, as you can see over here in the industrial district of Wenderpog City. With all these diamonds flowing in from the industrialization and the revitalization of the mall, there's been a need for a place to safely store diamonds that isn't just in ender chests. You'll run out of room in those eventually. So, Harpo has opened up the first national bank of Wenderpog. This bank is ready to give loans to players as well as give them a safe, secure place to store their funds.
which might even be good for them if they're trying to donate to some political campaigns. We're going to be heading back to Ted Ram as he covers what's going on in the new Wenderpogian Republic election.
Thank you, Barrick. This election is shaping up to be a historic one, as it is the first one where the second place presidential candidate is not going to be the vice president, and the vice presidency is a separate race altogether. Current exit polling is suggesting that Harpo is still in the lead, as my political projections had shown at the beginning. Currently, also in the vice president race, it is a neck-and-neck race. It can flip at any time. Current polling is showing that I am slightly ahead by a couple points. However, it's within the margin of error. Proposition 6-7 is also currently on that 50-50 line, where it's within the margin of error whether that proposition will get passed or not. Arcadia funding believed to be trending in a positive way before the election has started. We'll have to see if this controversial bill gets passed. And the Undercroft Mall Funding Act, by my account, should be a lo and behold favorite to be able to pass. However, it is shown that there's a high correlation between voters for JO3 and voters against a funding bill act to fund the Undercroft Mall. What is interesting about this trend that has been noticed by a political analyst such as myself is that JO3 mentions in his campaign pamphlet for why you should vote for him a strong focus and a donation of funds to the mall, which leads to some questions about whether his voter base truly cares about the mall getting funded. As this race heats up, I would like to remind everyone that election polls are still open, and that on the next Blox News episode we'll be able to announce the winner. Now, if you want to be able to get in your vote and possibly be able to change the outcome of any of these elections, check out the link in the description to the Google form that'll let you vote.
Thank you for your insight, Tim, as always. This is going to take us to the end of our news cycle for this edition of Blox News. If you're wanting to join this server, there may be a link to an application there in the description of this episode. But for all the Blox News family, Barrick Eric, Tim Ram, and Barry B. Benson, we all wish you guys a farewell.